Rishi Sunak shocked by allegations about Tory peer Michael Mone. Rishi Sunak said he was shocked to read allegations about Baroness Mone about adding was absolutely right, that she is no longer attending the Lords. The peer is taking a leave of absence amid claims she benefited from the firm she recommended for the COVID contract. Asked about the allegations about Prime Minister's questions, Mr. Sunak said she is no longer has the Conservatives' whip. The spokesperson of the peers said Baroness Mone legal team was dealing with a witch hunt situation. Downing Street said not having the Tory whips was an automatic consequence of her requesting a leave of absence from the House of Lords. Baroness Mone has been linked with PPE MedPro, which won government contracts worth 203 million euros to supply masks and medical gowns during the pandemic. After she recommended it to the ministers, Baroness Mone had financially benefited from the company. At PMQ's Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer asked Mr. Sunak how did his colleagues Baroness Mone ended up with the nearly 30 million euros of taxpayers' money in her bank account. Mr. Sunak told him, the one thing we know about him, he is a lawyer. He should know there is a process in a place. It is right that the process concludes. I hope that it resolves promptly. He added, like everyone else, I was absolutely shocked about the read that the allegations. It's absolutely right that she is no longer attending the House of the Lords, and therefore there is no longer has the Conservative whip. Baroness Mone's spokesperson said on Tuesday she was taking a leave of absence from the House of Lords in order to clear her name of the allegations that have been unjustly leveled against her. The Lord's Standards watchdog is investigating the peer over her alleged involvement of procuring contacts for PPE MedPro. All through has been paused, while the matter is under investigation by the police or another agencies as part of criminal investigation. Baroness Mone has consequently denied any role or functions in the company, and her lawyers have previously said she is not connected with PPE MedPro in any capacity. The government has committed to releasing documents to MPs surrounding the award of contracts to the PPE MedPro firm after Labour has won in the Commons of the Tuesday. Labour plan would make UK work for Scotland. Labour's proposed reform to the British political system would make the UK work for Scotland. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown has said the party's plan include for a binding veto for Hollywood over developed issues and the power of the joint international arrangements. Like the Erasmus scheme, Labour is also looking at replacing the House of Lords with an elected assembly of the nations and the regions. Sir Keir Starmer said they would give a nation a louder, prouder voice. But the SNP described the package of the measures as underwhelming. The proposals were launched at the event in the Leeds, followed by another event in Edinburgh on Monday afternoon. They included plan to spread powers across the nations of the UK as well as English regions and local mayors in what Sir Keir called the biggest ever transfer of power from Westminster to the British people. The paper, titled A New Britain, says Labour in government would offer economic, social and constitutional innovations that can make the UK better work for the Scottish people. This would include a legal binding replacement for a civil conventions, which states that the Westminster would not normally legislate across developed areas without the express consent of the MPs. This happened a number of times as Brexit legislation was passing through the Commons, and Labour said this disregarded as the connections which the governors of the exercises of power. The paper also proposes giving the Scottish Parliament some of the powers over foreign affairs, so that the Scotland could sign up to international groups or agreements within devolved areas such as Europe's Erasmus student exchange scheme. And it says there would be a consultation on increasing Holyrood borrowing powers. Mr. Brown told, I want the United Kingdom to work for Scotland and Scottish people. I want to see a change in the United Kingdom to make it more attractive for Scottish people to support it, and I believe we have come forward with measures to do so.